Hi everyone, this is directions on Module 4, Recipe Winner Letter. Go ahead and click the link to open 4-1. And then go ahead and immediately save it. File, Save As, where you save your documents. And save it as 4-Recipe Winner Letter, and save. Now the document has a new name at the top of the title bar. On the Home tab, in the paragraph group, click the paragraph symbol, which is Show Hide. And what Show Hide does is it shows where paragraph marks are when you press enter. The raised period between May and 20 is a space bar. And if you were to scroll down a sentence, the period is a period after website and the raised one is a space bar. So click after congratulations and then press the down arrow twice so that you're ready to begin a new paragraph, and you're going to type from the book on page 102, and you will type smoothly across the screen. Don't worry about pressing enter. What doesn't fit at the end of the line will automatically wrap to the next. So as you get towards the end of the line, do not press enter, just keep typing. What doesn't fit will automatically move to the next line. This is Word Wraparound, a feature that Word offers. In the next sentence, they want you to, on purpose, type a lowercase t and then type EH, and when you press spacebar, Word will automatically capitalize the T, first word of a sentence, and also autocorrect the word. And then you're going to continue typing, and you're going to make a few more mistakes on purpose. Below is going to have two E's. And you're going to actually type the word soon twice. When you press enter, you have two red lines, one for below because it's misspelled, and the other red is for a repeat word. Now we're going to make some choices in changing some text. So the first one, instead of a check for $25, it's going to be for $150. So if I position the insertion after 25, I would press backspace twice. If I were in front of the 25, I would press delete twice. It's your choice which way, if you want to use backspace or delete, and then type 150 instead of $25. Double click the second soon. And what you're going to do is just press delete on the keyboard, and Word will automatically adjust so the colon is attached to the word soon. It won't have that space. Just press delete and it automatically tightens it up. Scroll down to the end of the letter, and where it says Jessica Ramos, select and actually type your first and last name. And then we'll choose, if you were to actually look at this letter, not much, but a little, it starts the second page, but there's a lot of gaps between each of the lines, and that's because Word has it set not for single spacing, for multiple and extra spacing after each enter. So what we're going to do instead is select the entire letter, Control A, and instead of normal, choose no spacing, and you can see it tighten it all up. So from normal to no spacing. And if I go into the paragraph dialog box, you'll notice that it is now on single spacing, and there's zero spacing before and after each paragraph. So now it definitely fits on one line. Now we're going to copy and paste text. So the first thing we're going to do is open the clipboard navigation pane. And then you'll select Sweet Potato Puffs. Now you don't have to be at the beginning of the word sweet. As long as you're anywhere in the word sweet, hold and drag, and it knows to select all of the word sweet, and you'll click copy. Then in the second paragraph where it says click to the left of recipe and click sweet potato puffs. So it should read your sweet potato puffs. And do the same thing on the next one, your sweet potato puffs. And one more, it's already there, sweet potato puffs. So the next thing we're going to do is we want to take the Pepper's Green Basket and put it in front of Cooking Tools. So Pepper's Green Basket should read over here as well, Pepper's Green Basket Cooking Tools. So we could, again, select, and you don't have to be at the beginning of Pepper's, select, and we could click copy, and then it would go into our clipboard and then paste it. Or this is called the drag and drop. So it's selected. You're going to hold Control and then click and drag it in front of Cooking Tools and let go. So what happens is you've kept it in its original location and you also now have it on the bottom. The next thing we're going to work on is moving. So we have these 4 items here and we're going to move the order of them. So we could do it a couple different ways. One of them is to actually select the line. So if I select Pepper's Green Basket Toolbars and then choose Cut, it goes away, but it's temporarily put in our clipboard. And then where it goes is on the second line in front of 3 boxes of assorted cookies, and then you click Paste. Or what you could do instead, which is a shortcut, if you the next thing we want to do is move a spice rack above 3 boxes of assorted, so we're just changing the order of the last 2. My cursor, you do not have to select anything, just be on that line, and if you hold Shift and the Alt key and then just press the up arrow, the whole line moves up or down. So you can do cut and paste, or you can use your Shift, Alt, and the right arrow. In the end, you should have the order of a check for $150, Green Pepper's Cooking Tools, a spice rack, and 3 boxes. I'm sure if you look at the letter now, there's a lot of red and blues, and we'll get into that later. That's spelling and grammar. But what we're doing right now is hold Control and press Home. And that should take you to the beginning of the document. I'm going to close the clipboard. We don't need it right now. And even if you close it and reopen it, everything is stored in the clipboard. And the clipboard will hold 24 items. So eventually it would have a scroll bar, but we'll close out of here for now. And then over on the far right, click the Find button. And you're going to type in the navigation box the word sweet. And it should tell you there are 5 indications of the word sweet, and then in yellow where they're located. So what we want to do is change it from sweet to spicy. And we want to do it all at once, not have to look for all of the locations of sweet. The only one we are going to keep sweet is where it says By Sweet Confections Incorporated. That one will stay sweet. So we're really only changing 4 to spicy. So underneath the Find button is a Replace button. Go ahead and click that. It should already have Find What, Sweet. Click Replace With and type Spicy. If we were going to do all of them, we would just click Replace All. But because we want to skip one, we're going to do Individual Replace. So I'm just going to move this so you can see where we are. So I'm going to click Replace, and it stops at my first one, and I want to replace that one, so I'll click Replace. It stops at the next one. I don't want to replace it, so I'll tell it to find next. And then Replace, Replace, and Replace. And we are OK and close. So if I were to search for sweet, there should only be 1. If I was to search for spicy, there should be, if I spell it right, there should be 4. Excellent. I'm going to close the navigation because we don't need that anymore. And then Control Home. Underneath Dear Jeremy is the word congratulations, and we want it to stand out more. So if you select congratulations, we'll put it in bold, and we'll increase the size to 18. So you can either manually select 18, Or if you use this button right here, it'll go by, after it gets to 12, it'll go by 2s. So there's 18. If you wanted to change the font color, you could select a font color. And then for the section where we listed the prizes, if you select those 4 prizes, in order to have them stand out a little bit, you may want to put a bullet. If you select, there's 2 parts to the bullet button in the paragraph group. If you click to the left, you're going to get the default bullet, which is a solid circle. Or you could click the down arrow and you have more choices. I had choices from previous assignments, but if I wanted to maybe look for an actual pepper, I could go to Define New Bullet, and then in Picture, type green pepper. And then select a green pepper, and that'll be my bullet. There's a sample of it, and then OK. So I have little green peppers for my bullets, rather than just a solid circle. Within the document, there's a phrase, "What's cooking?" and that's a newsletter, and that should actually be in italics. So if you select "What's cooking?" and the question mark, you will choose italics. So it should be in italic. The next thing you'll do is we'll use our spell check. Control Home will get you to the beginning of the document, and if you click Review tab and then turn Spelling and Grammar on, it starts at the selects the first word, and then the spelling window open on the right hand side. There's our incorrect word, and it's usually, not always, but the first option, which is already selected, and underneath you have a little description. You could have it pronounced for you, and then it gives you a little definition of what below means. And I'll click Change. It goes to Featured. It is the first option, Change. Cooking is just, I know it's not cooking, it's just the name of the newsletter, so we're actually going to tell it to ignore. This one, it thinks it's a new sentence that needs to be capitalized. Again, it's part of the sentence, so we'll just ignore. Recipe should be 1E, Change. Positives missing an E, Change. And this one, it's actually including this one. It really should be unique, single one. So you get a little explanation of the grammar rules. So 1 is correct. I'm going to choose Change and OK. The other thing is spelling and grammar is not always completely 100% accurate. So one of them is your spicy potatoes recipe received extremely positive comments from our panel of judges. 2. And this should be the T-O-O. So it didn't catch that, but that's okay. So if we were to view this, to print it out, view one page, you'll notice that it's showing way up at the top of the screen. There's a lot of empty space on the bottom. So to balance it out so it's perfectly in the middle of the letter of the page, you would click the tab Page Layout, and then under the page group, Page Setup group, click this little icon. Select the tab that says Layout, and then the vertical alignment, choose Center. And just to show you, it balanced it in the middle of the paper. Now, to show you another pretty neat feature, right next to Layout is Design. And if you go to the far right, you can actually add a border to this letter. So Page Borders, and then under the Art category, there are lots of things to choose from. Unfortunately, there are no green peppers, but there's lots of picture icons. Some of the ones further down are more borders and ribbons, and those can be changed to different colors. So if I selected any type of design, I could change the color maybe to green, and there's your sample. You can make it either thinner or thicker, your border. The highest it'll go in thickness is 31 points, and then OK. So you have a nice border around your letter. And that'll do it. So save and submit. Thank you.